Hey guys, welcome to another Bitcoin update. I hope you're all doing well. My name is Jeffrey and I am going to share my thoughts on Bitcoin for the coming months, and of course we will also look into the short-term plays that I currently have in mind. I'm just going to fix this color scheme. This could be a little more clear. There we go. I hope everything is readable. I've got new streaming software, so let's give it a try. To start on the long term, I would like to go to the log scale. As you all know, Bitcoin has been unable to basically break the logarithmic resistance that we've got going on here. This has been into play ever since halfway December, when we topped out right at 20k, which is a nice number, of course. Now, the support that I'm currently looking at is looking like this. So there you have it. Basically, we are currently forming one giant wedge, and this wedge creation point, basically is, let's say, August of 2017. That's when this wedge came into play. We made a bounce of then resistance, which is now obviously support. Just going to color it green for you to see it a little bit better. And we breached it. It became support, and we haven't been able to breach it again ever since. Now, if we go to the 1 hour time frame, currently I am waiting to break out of support or resistance. We had a lot of great margin trades the past few months. Basically, that's the only thing you could do, right? Odds were a little bit slow, if not just plain dumping. A lot of them actually look pretty good right now, so I do have some hope to find a bottom here somewhere soon, but of course this cannot be guaranteed, because this is quite a nasty bear market. And if we break this support, I think this could go on for another year, just as we have seen in 2014. If we zoom out, go back in time a little bit, basically we had the same idea in 2013, 2014, and this bear market actually lasted for, let's say, 2 years, 700 days, until any kind of decent gains were made. Now, if the same thing is going to happen right now, we won't make any nice gains all the way until halfway 2019. That being said, I don't think this bear market will be as bad. Keep in mind, Mt. Gox was hacked here. About 700,000 bitcoins were stolen, and they were all sold off through BTCE and exchanges like that. And obviously this created a lot of pressure on the market. So I don't think we're actually going to repeat this part right here. I think it might actually look something similar. And for this I would like to go to Bitstamp. There's more data on Bitstamp. It looks something similar, like, let's say, 2013 in February, March. And this actually lasted 200 days. And if we copy this to what we have going on right now, I'm just going to remove this. This is obviously a different chart. If we copy this, then actually we are almost there. Just give me a second to fix this. Here we go. This lasted 200 days, give or take a few. If this is going to last 200 days, we are already halfway. Now, where could support possibly be? I hear you asking. Support could be right here, around the 3,500 level. That's where I will be buying a shit ton of bitcoins. And, does this mean we have to go here? No, it doesn't. Because, as I've showed earlier, obviously, we're in a big wedge. The wedge is gone now because I was doing some magic with the chart. Here we have the wedge support. Here we have resistance, and this wedge is actually going to finish in 1 month. So in 1 month we should either break up or down. And for the shorter term, I don't know what is actually going to happen here. On one side, I would like to say, okay, we're going to make a new low here. And the reason I would believe that we're going to make a new low is because we are creating a descending wedge. Now, descending wedges are overall a bullish thing. You know, if you are forming a descending wedge, overall you might say, okay, this seems pretty bullish, because descending wedges are known for breaking up, not down. Just going to drag this away here. Give me 1 second. Here we go. So this is currently the wedge that we are forming. Now I think we have to test it one more time on the bottom. I'm not 100% sure, but if we do, we could be looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse wave. If you don't know what Elliott waves are, you know, just look it up. Investopedia is a great resource for this, but this is basically what I'm currently looking at. As you can see, we made multiple Elliott impulse waves here. This one doesn't really matter anymore. The one I'm looking at is this, and if this is the Elliott wave, then I would be looking at a bottom of 5,800, quite possibly. You know, and I will be stacking up a lot of bitcoins here. Obviously, I'll have my stop loss right under the support of the rising wedge, or the descending wedge, I'm sorry, right under the support of the descending wedge. And if we break out here, then my target would be the 618 Fibonacci level, which is currently sitting at 9,492. Now let's say this happens. Let's say we break out of the wedge. Where does this bring us in terms of the lock resistance? I'm sorry for the information overload on the screen, I know. I'll just remove the Fibonacci levels. So my target would be 9,400. Obviously this would break the lock resistance, which would be very, very bullish. What I'm hoping for is to create a W pattern, which is also of course known as a double bottom, so that we might continue our journey upwards again. I'm not going to show it, but this actually looks pretty similar to gold. Gold actually went through this cycle not so long ago and has been recovering very well ever since. So basically that's my mid-term outlook for Bitcoin. Now if we go to the daily, what we get to see is that we have been in a pitchfork for quite a while. Just going to conjure this up. Give me a second. There. So this is the pitchfork that I'm currently looking at. I have to be precise. There we go. Now this long-term pitchfork has been into play ever since 2013, which is a very, very long time. And basically I see two different possibilities. Either we bounce here, so basically that means right now we have to break out of the wedge very, very soon, and we continue our journey all the way to the top of the pitchfork, which is about 130,000 USD per Bitcoin, or of course the resistance before that, which is sitting at 40,000. And otherwise, I believe if we don't and we break this support in the rising fork, then we might have to go all the way down again. And obviously, if I had to draw this out, it wouldn't go like this. So in my opinion, 3,000 is not an option. It would be more stable like this. We go probably to 4,000 and just continue our journey upwards. And this is basically what the famous bubble chart looks like. When a bubble pops, you often see a, well, let's say 80% retracement of price. Does that mean Bitcoin's going to be dead? No. You know, in the past, we had a bubble, we had another bubble. You know, in essence, all these massive increases in price can be counted as bubbles. So I think that's just the way Bitcoin grows. It's like a child, you know, children don't grow, and then in 1 month they grow very fast, and then they don't grow. And I think it's the same with Bitcoin. So these are some exciting weeks. I'm very excited. You know, at first we were trading a lot of BitMEX. The past 3 months, BitMEX has been the place to be. But right now, I'm actually looking to start building new alt positions. Doesn't matter if we break down or we bounce here. I think this is the time to, you know, just spit through your whole long-term portfolio and, you know, keep in mind which coins do I believe will be very, very profitable during the next bull run. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just adding them to my portfolio. I don't care if we go down. Once the cycle is complete, there will be another alt explosion, as we have seen the past 6 years, 5 years. And, you know, basically, there will be a lot of money to be made. Next, I would like to take a quick look at Ethereum. Paired against Bitcoin, because basically what I do, I trade to get as much Bitcoin as I can. You know, I don't care about USD. I only care to get more Bitcoins. That's what it's all about, right? Because basically everyone believes that Bitcoin will continue to grow as it has done the past 10 years, and I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. So I've drawn out support here. I'm just going to add in the RSI and the unbalanced volume. There we go. As you can see, currently we are oversold quite heavily, and what I believe is actually going to happen is this. That's 1. That's 2. And now again, you can draw it in 2 different ways. You can draw it like this, but I think it's actually better to draw it like this. And what this means is that Ethereum is likely to just form one massive wedge. If you take these 2 fractals, when the wedge was complete, there was a price increase of 1,000% over a period of 3 months. Now, if we copy that to here, let's say the wedge is complete here, there will be another price increase of 147% in 3 months, you know, because this is a logarithmic time scale. As you move it up, percentage wise, it becomes smaller. Now, if we had another 1,000% increase, it, you know, basically Ethereum would be worth over 10 Bitcoins. I don't think that's that's very logical. So I'm just going to assume we are going to pump about 100%, and that's where my target will be, obviously. So once again, copy, paste, target. There you go. So I'm very excited. If we touch the bottom of this support, every time we touch it, I will just add to my position. If we break it, then we might be in a whole new level of trouble. But I think this chance is very, very unlikely. Now for the last alt I'm going to cover today, this is going to be a Litecoin. Actually, I want to chart it against Bitcoin. So there's something interesting about Litecoin. Let's add in the unbalanced volume. What we see here is that Litecoin has not broken the 0.02 mark yet. You know, yeah, it has done so very, very briefly. But if we look at the volume, we can see that Litecoin had an intense amount of volume increase, like never seen before. And the price basically lagged behind. You know, the price is just sitting there, not doing a whole lot. And this can only mean one thing for me. What this means is basically that institutional investors, because especially if you look at the USD pair, are entering the market. And these people are not going to enter the market with Bitcoins. These people are only there to make more USD. So they will always trade paired against USD. And if you look at the balance on USD, it's far more than it is paired against Bitcoin. So I have some very high hopes for Litecoin. And if I would have to put a target on this, you know, as long as the Bitcoin bear market is there, basically we are not gonna go anywhere. But on the next run, you know, basically my target would be 0.035 Bitcoins all the way up to 0.05. So basically that would be an X2 Bitcoin wise. USD wise, it might be a lot more, because I think that we will have a Bitcoin plus altcoin bull run as soon as this whole crap is over. Now, I've been trying to grow my YouTube channel. You know, I recently started working on it. I got some, you know, a mic and some other stuff I needed to be on YouTube. Now, if you like, you know, these kinds of quick analysis, nothing crazy, just simple, then please subscribe, as I will be getting more active on YouTube. And the reason I decided to do this is because there is a lot of bullshit on YouTube. Think of BitConnect, stuff like that. You know, all these people shilling it, and I kind of like to be the counter voice, like, no, don't do it, you'll get wrecked. You know, you don't want to be the hey guy. So if you like it, please subscribe. If you don't, just let me know. Maybe I can do it a little bit better. And I would like to thank you for watching. I hope you're gonna have a great day, and I'll see you guys around.